Hey guys, so I finally have the VT reviews for you guys, and I've tried almost everything, but there's a few things I haven't tried, and I'll get into that when I get to each item. But overall, I pretty much liked everything. They've had their goods and bads. I've always kind of liked their items. The foundation is the one thing that usually doesn't sit right with me though, and so I'll get into the foundation that they sent me as well. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, I mentioned in a previous video that I was going to do a review on some VT items that VT actually sent to me. And they just asked me to include it in a video, but if I'm going to show you guys products that I've been using, I would like to give you guys a review. So I wanted to give it some time so I could try it out, and I'm finally doing the review today. But as I said, they sent some VT items, which they actually told me they were going to send the version 2, but they sent me a bunch of version 1 stuff. So I mean, they sent me things that I like, so it's not too big of a problem, but it would have been nice to try out the version 2. And another set of things they sent me was the CICA items, and one of the items was foundation. They sent me a mask, cream, as well as cleansing foam. So I'm going to get into these items first because these were all new items for me. I've never tried them before, but this line itself is more of a skincare line instead of makeup products, but this one is a foundation and it's not bad, but this one doesn't have sunscreen in it, and I don't usually wear sunscreen because it's usually too heavy for my face and I tend to break out, and I haven't been able to find a good one that doesn't cause me to break out yet. So I usually just rely on the sunscreen that comes in cushions or foundations. So I only used it for a week because I was worried about not having sunscreen under it. And also, it did kind of dry out my skin a bit. But it could be because I was having breakouts. I have some breakouts up here and over here. And it just kind of intensified the dryness. So it's probably not entirely because of this, but it did cause my skin to get more dry. And they also sent 23, which is a bit too dark for me. It kind of matches with my skin. I wanted to wear it today, but there's been kind of a lot of things going on today and I kind of forgot to put it on. I'll put in a quick clip from one of the previous videos that I was using this in, but I do usually use a backlight, which I'm not using today, but because of the light, it actually kind of does look like it matches my natural skin tone, but without the light, looking at it in person in a mirror and stuff, it's a little bit too dark for my liking. It's not bad. I still don't mind using it, but it is a bit dark. I would probably like it a lot more if it was one color lighter. But anyway, if you don't have to worry about dry skin, and if you do use sunscreen, I actually really do like this foundation. It lasts all day, and it's not quite matte, I would say, but it's not glowy either. It's kind of just more natural. And I always put powder on, plus I was putting powder to make it a little lighter, but you don't really need powder with it. With the powder, by the end of the day, it's not greasy or anything at all. And I was using it on some really hot days, so I was really surprised that it didn't get cakey or greasy or anything. So as far as long lasting, I really liked it. And it was hard to wipe off and stuff too, but just the sunscreen and it did dry out my skin a bit is the main reason why I can't use this one. And they did send me the cream as well, but this one I actually haven't had the chance to use yet because I've been trying out a different new cream recently. So I'm kind of waiting to see how that cream works out first before I use this one. But this is the CICA cream. I can just kind of show you that one. I can't really give you a review on that just yet. But then I also have the cleanser, which this thing is huge. I was so surprised when I saw this. And I was actually happy because I actually kind of needed a new cleanser. I was just about to run out of my old one. So I was really happy they sent me this. And so far, I don't see a problem with it. I wouldn't say it's moisturizing, but it doesn't dry out my skin either. So as it is a mild foam. So it's not harsh on my skin at all. I'd say it does a pretty good job of cleansing as well, but sometimes I do notice a bit of residue left when I do my toner after. But I like it. I love it. And this is gonna last me forever. Like, you only need like a little tiny bit of it and it'll put like a full layer on your face. So you don't need a lot of it. This is definitely going to last me a long time. And it kind of has like an herbal smell to it, but it smells like soap. One thing I forgot to mention about the foundation, this is scented. Like, I don't know if it's just the products that's in it and not necessarily like scent added to it, but it does have a really strong smell to it. So if you're sensitive to like scents and stuff, scented products, that might be another thing that's not good. But with the week I used it, I didn't notice any breakouts or anything, so it wasn't a big problem for me. And the last for these items, I have the face masks. This box comes with 6 in it, and I've used it once so far, and I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it was moisturizing, or I'd say more hydrating than moisturizing. The face mask itself, like the sheet, is a bit small, so like the eye parts were like almost in my eyes over here because it couldn't like stretch out to the outer part of my eyes, and like the outer of the mask like came up to here, so it didn't like cover some of my face. Even here it came out to like just at my chin area. It didn't really like go a little past, so it was, in a way, it was kind of like perfect for my face. But I like the sheets to have a more wider like range so that I could cover my entire face, but it's not that big of a problem. I just used the extra like serum that's in it to kind of put in the areas that the mask itself didn't touch. But other than it being small, it seemed like a really nice mask. The sheet itself is really thin, and it comes attached to like a paper you have to peel off because it's so thin it's easy to like clump up, which is really nice that it has the paper. But the serum itself is also really like liquidy, so it's a bit messy and kind of hard to deal with. But once you get past that messiness, it's not bad. I don't think I would buy it though, just because I do have my favorite face mask that I like to use. But if I didn't have one, maybe I would like it. I have to try it a bit more to actually know. I've used it only once, so I can't say like what it's like after continuous use, because that's how you see most of the results. But before I get into the VTxBTS items, which most of it I have shown in previous videos before, when I bought like last year I think or something, but they sent me some extra gifts as well, and I was so excited. I have more of the acrylic stands. I've already opened them. Sadly, no Hobie, but I have 2 more. Thankfully, it's not Jimin because I already have Jimin, but I got Taehyung, which I like it. I really like Taehyung's one. His hair is really cool, and of course Taehyung's awesome too. And the other one is Namjoon. So now I have a Taehyung and Namjoon one. Hopefully someday I'll be able to get Hobie, but I'm pretty sure they're not really gonna have these much anymore. If I can get him, or really I want all 7, but actually in order to get this you need to buy the perfume, and I'm not buying 7 perfumes just to try and collect all 7 of them, because the perfumes are like almost $70 I think in Japan, like the equivalent of $70. So that's out of the question for me. So I was really happy they sent me a couple, and it wasn't another Jimin. With the VTxBTS items, I'm just gonna go through them pretty quickly because most of them I've bought before in the past, just different shades. So it's basically the same. And the first thing is the lip rouge, which I'm using one of them now. And I just kind of put like a light layer. I didn't want it too dark, but this is with just like a really thin layer, and I kind of just like spread it out a bit. And the other one's kind of more of an orangey one, which I've used in previous videos as well, so I'll put a clip of that right here. But that's the 2 I have, which is number 7 and number 6. And I love these lip rouge. Like, if you've been following my channel for a while, last year I mentioned buying one before. This one is the number 2, and I actually really love this one. It's a really nice pink, and it's like bright but not too bright, and it lasts pretty much all day, and you just need to touch up maybe once or twice. The only thing you have to watch out with these is that it tends to smear a bit. Like if I touch my lip right now, there's some pink on it. So it does smear easily, but considering it smears, it lasts all day. Like I love these. So I was happy when they sent me 2 more and 2 different colors that I don't have yet. I'm always scared to use bright colors, so I don't usually buy them, but I actually really like these. So you'll probably be seeing these in videos. Pretty much anytime I do videos outdoors, I'm always using that number 2 that I have, but now I have 2 new colors. Another thing they sent is the Skinny Gel Eyeliner, which I haven't actually opened this yet because I'm using one currently, but it's just like this, and it's super thin, and it's super nice. Like, I like it, but if anything, it's usually best for like under eyes, but I don't do under eyes, and I use liquid eyeliner for the top. But sometimes when I'm in a rush to work and like I'm kind of running behind time, I don't have time to like fully put on my makeup. A lot of times I'll just do a real quick like line and it comes out so nice. But I'll usually just do a quick line, and when I get to work, I'll do my full like mascara and eyeliner and stuff. But it's a good like alternative. And if you like gel liners and you like making like thin lines, it's a really awesome gel eyeliner. It does smear a bit and it kind of fades away after a while, so you may have to like carry it around to touch up, but it doesn't smear to the point where it's like it'll make your eyes black or anything. It just kind of like disappears. Then I have the eye palette, which I haven't used this yet, but thankfully it's a different color because I already have one of them. And I don't use eyeshadow a whole lot, but I use them when I can. And I love this eyeshadow. Like, I don't really have much to compare it to because I don't usually buy eyeshadow, but it lasts all day. It's pretty smooth and easy to apply, and it's simple colors, so it's like you can basically use it for like everyday use. And this one is basically the same colors. It's just this one's a little more on the brown side. The other one had some kind of like purplish colors and whatever. So that's why I haven't really gotten around to using it yet. But I do love these eyeshadows. The color on it is pretty dark too. And the last thing I have for you guys is the Triple Power Mascara, which actually today is the first time I'm using it. So I don't have a lot to say on it, but it's not really quite my style. And it doesn't quite say if it's supposed to be for like longer lashes or thicker lashes, but it's actually really light. Like, it didn't give volume to my eyelashes at all. It might have gave a little length, but not a whole lot, and I kind of had to put like a lot to try and build it up a bit. But other than it being like thin, like you can see, it's just like a little thin brush. But other than not really giving a whole lot of volume or length, the lasting power is pretty good. Like, usually by now I'll have some under here. Like, there might be some smudge, but that's probably from my my eyeliner, not my mascara. But with the mascara I usually use, a lot of times down here is all like black already by now. So as far as lasting power, it's pretty good. So that was kind of a quick review of everything because I have too many things. I can't really go into detail of every little thing. The only one really that I went into a lot of detail was the foundation, and that's because I had a lot to talk about that one. But I hope it kind of helped you learn a little bit more about VT items if you haven't already known about these items. They're not exactly new, so they've been around for a while, but I thought I'd kind of share with you guys my thoughts of them and how they kind of work for me because it's not the same for everyone. But if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!